Last week in markets, we had another delay in the Brexit vote. Insane. Non-farm payroll numbers came out for the US dollar, way above expectations. And I want to talk to you guys about our most volatile pair of the week. Let's talk about it here. Roll the intro. Traders, what's up guys? Welcome back to the Top Trader channel. It's your head trader here, Cleveland Bishop. Hope you guys had a fantastic week of April. Week 1 just came to a close. We're moving over into April week 2. All right, it's Sunday, so markets have not opened up just yet. So this gives us a good time to figure out exactly what we want to do when it comes to these markets and potential setups that we're going to see later on this week. All right, if you guys are new to the channel, make sure you guys subscribe. We're really excited to have you guys join the team. And if you like the video, if you enjoyed, if it helps you out, like the video for your boy. I very much appreciate it. All right, I really do. Okay, so last week was pretty interesting. We had a trade of the week, the one that we were looking for. We have at least one every week, a trade that we say, hey, this is going to be one that we're really hoping to see, play out. And that was the Aussie JPY. Here, let's run the tape real quick on what we thought we were going to get on the Aussie JPY last week. Let's take a look at this weekly. Would love to see a break of that consolidation. It's very easy. All of our members know exactly what it is we're talking about. We'd love to see a break of this consolidation here. Rip higher. We have so much room to run, so much room to test. Again, this is a weekly, so this could take a while to play out, but does that not look pretty? All right, to see a nice little break to the upside here. All right, guys. All right, we were hoping to get, again, a break of that consolidated high, but as you guys can see here, if I pull open the chart for the Aussie JPY, we're still inside of that exact same price level. So we actually didn't get entered into this move, but we also didn't obviously be able to make any money on the move as well. So we still have some limit orders pending there right above that consolidation. We have specifics on those numbers inside of the academy, but for you guys here on the channel, again, we are looking for potential buy side move on the Aussie JPY. So we'll see what happens. I'm still anticipating a little bit more of this JPY weakness. And we would like to see just a tad bit of Aussie dollar strength. Now, when it comes to the actual structure, we're ignoring this massive Fibonacci extension to the downside and really trading, looking at these fibs here, right? So from the high of this structure back in November 2018 to the low here, January week 1. This is the consolidation that we're really keeping an eye on. And as you guys can see, the 50 level is being continuously tested and tested and tested. And as you guys know, especially if you've been on the channel for a while, the more a level is tested, the weaker that level gets, right? I mean, think about that, right? If there's a particular price point where there's lots and lots of market participants trading to that price point, and if there's orders at that price level, specifically right here at, let's see, this is 79 yen for one Aussie dollar. If there's a particular amount of orders at that price point, eventually those orders are going to dry up. All right, the more that level is tested. So those market participants that are looking to sell right there at that level, eventually they're all going to be in the market, and then boom, we're hoping for that push outside of that level. All right, I hope that makes a decent amount of sense. And so that's still the trade for us. There are some other setups that we are keeping an eye on, right? Again, I wanted to talk to you guys a little bit more about last week's market volatility. Okay, so we actually didn't have one currency move outside of 70 pips on any given day. Now, you may have had a currency pair move quite dramatically, but that's just because one currency was probably selling off while another currency was obviously buying up. But an individual currency, most of them were flat. So if you have some type of index where you can see multiple currencies pegged to one, you'll see that they were all pretty flat. The currency that did the best last week in terms of a buy side move was the euro. I'll pull over here and show you guys some of our euro costs so you guys can see exactly what went on. But we had a day after day, we did see some euro appreciation. You can see that somewhat here on the euro GBP. You can see that this euro CHF started breaking higher there as well. Look, euro CAD, right? Euro CAD. We had a Canadian dollar selling off massively as well. Euro JPY, right? So you see all these different currencies pegged to the euro did perform badly, right? So what was our weakest performing currency? The New Zealand dollar. I don't think I have a New Zealand crosses here as of yet, but I'll go over to the NZD USD, you guys will see some New Zealand dollar weakness there. If I head over to the Euro NZD as well, all right, take a look at that. Euro NZD, take this was probably the largest price move that you saw in our markets last week. The Euro next to the NZD, boom, there you go. You have the strongest currency last week with the weakest currency last week, and that's why we had almost a 300 pip price move. All right, so we're gonna keep an eye and see if we get an increase in volatility again. I again want to see what goes on when it comes to Brexit. Delay after delay after delay is actually causing the pound to really trade back to the upside. I want to show you guys what we're looking at on the pound crosses. Again, people are a little confused by how that's working out. A lot of folks are like, wait, if they're saying that there's not going to be a deal, isn't that negative? No, remember, there's all the risk in regards to Brexit happening is if they leave the European Union, not if they stay. If they stay, well, we're going to assume most things are going to stay fairly normal. But again, right now, that is not the case. So you guys can see that relative to any of these other pairs, the pound is really consolidated. Euro GBP is fairly consolidated. This is the currency that most participants, especially if you live in Europe or in the UK, you're comparing yourself to the euro. But if you're in Europe, you're comparing yourself to the pound, right? So here you guys go. You can see on the Euro GBP, we're still moving pretty much sell side. Now, outside of the euro strength that we saw last week, you can still see that predominantly over 2019, we've seen nothing but pound strength. All right. And we're assuming that this is going to continue, especially if there's not going to be a no deal. Okay. So we're hoping to see, again, markets trade massively sell side. If you guys go back about 3 or 4 weekly Forex analysis videos ago, you'll see that we were saying, hey, maybe we can hit back off on this 82 level. That would be awesome. But we have to see what we get at that point, right? We can't force Therese Mayhan. What do I think is going to happen? Personally, I don't see how a deal could happen at this point. You have massive amounts of people in the economy saying that they don't want a deal, that they regret voting to Brexit. Nationalism is a fallacy. It's this crazy traditionalist ideology that is just bullshit. It sounds nice. Trump spews that out constantly, this national idea. But we all know when it comes to an economy growing, globalization does create a larger economy, right? We've seen what happens when you isolate yourself. North Korea. Okay, so guys, look, we hope to see that again, the no deal does actually play out. And if the no deal plays out, we will get a pretty dramatic sell side price move. And that will be pretty awesome. All right. So outside of that, lastly, I do want to talk about the dollar. We had non-farm payroll actually come up last week as well. 196,000 jobs added. That did give us a little bit of US dollar strength. The US dollar came in third last week when it comes to a currency strength. So if you were buying the dollar last week in any capacity, you did okay. You did okay. I think the overall move from the start of the week to the ending of the week was only around 150 pips up and down in terms of a volatility. So your max was 150. I think where you're at, if you just held from Monday to Friday, was maybe about 40 pips. But again, we're actually hoping to see some dollar weakness. I think that the dollar asset is slightly inflated. Here, let's take a look at the Euro USD and see where we're at. You guys can see again, dollar is still selling off. Last week was a pretty decent week just based off the fact that we were able to hold these lows to the sell side. Again, if I draw up a fib from the low to the high, you guys will see that right now we're still sitting off on that 61.8. Let's zoom out a bit. You guys will notice that we're still testing those 2015, 2016 levels. This is what we talk about continuously week after week. All right. So let's see what happens, folks. We want to see more euro strength. I'd love to see a tremendous amount of euro strength. And if we get that, then for sure we will start to have some action here on that Euro USD. But outside of that, again, the trade that I'm looking for just to see play out a bit is that Aussie JPY. Guys, trade safely. I'm not recommending you guys to hop in these moves. I don't know how you're managing your stops. I don't know how much risk you have on the position. I'm just letting you guys know what we're looking at and certain price moves that we're looking for here inside of our membership area and inside of our community. All right. If you guys want to join in, you guys can start our free trial to join the academy. That is in the bio below. We're coming out with a trader tips over time frame analysis. That's going to be a really fun one. That's going to be dropping tomorrow. If you guys have any questions, let me know. What currency are you looking for this week? What do you think is going to be the strongest moving currency this week? If anybody gives out the correct answer to that question, I'll throw you some Top Trader merch. All right, how about that? All right, guys, look, if you guys need anything, let us know. I will talk to you guys tomorrow on Trader Tips. Peace out.